So I'm Helen, I'm a counselling psychologist. So I see clients for psychological therapy in independent practice, and I'm also a lecturer on a doctorate in counselling psychology. Yeah, so I decided to seek financial advice for two main reasons. One, because I was increasingly wanting to work in a freelance way. It felt like previously all of my financial stuff was under kind of one umbrella, and I just trusted my employer to manage it. But as I started to want to move to freelance work, I knew there were things that I needed to be aware of, that I needed to think about, but that I was doing what I needed to do. I didn't even know what I might need to know. So for example, things like I wasn't aware particularly of income protection insurance, and now I am. And that was something I thought about. Do I want this? Is it going to work for me? Likewise, thinking about health insurance. But also for me, the pension was a really, really big one and remains one of the main things I use the financial planning for. But I really enjoy working with Victoria. I like that she's very calming. I think of myself as more financially literate now thanks to Progeny. I feel better financially educated and aware, but fundamentally I feel quite uncertain about money. It's very practical and very reassuring, and I like that she balances this sort of, a practical focus. So let's sort of map this out in a spreadsheet, let's map this out in a graph, let's model different scenarios. It feels very clear, very pragmatic. She explains things very clearly, but also there's a sort of personal focus. I feel she empathises with what I'm bringing. So often when we talk through a decision, I like that she thinks about, okay, this will work practically, but how does it sit with me? And actually that's been particularly helpful. Recently I've been talking to her about kind of questions around how my partner and I manage our joint finances. And there I think that balance of the practical and also actually the subjective, what feels fair to you? How is this sitting with you? It's felt really good to talk it through. It feels almost slightly therapeutic. I feel it's a really good balance of being autonomous and being able to make decisions that sit well with me, and being well advised so that I feel I have the information I need to make those decisions in an informed way. And that works really well. And she's mapped out sort of visually all of those scenarios for me and talked about the pros and cons, so I feel able to make an informed decision. And what I really like is that I feel able to, she's relaxed about, going, I was going to say go back on my decisions, but actually it doesn't feel like that, changing my decisions, checking in. So we meet every year. I also email her if something comes up. And I think that's a good way of just checking, is this still working for me? And I now feel more confident in the idea that actually I can make a financial decision. It doesn't have to be one that's made forever. It's what's working for now, and we might then revisit it. And I feel I love that she really takes the time. It's not just financial advice, she really takes the time to listen to how I'm feeling and to actually sort of where the questions are coming from. So I think I ask a question, and rather than just giving me a sort of practical answer, she'll do a bit of digging into what's underlying this. And what I really like is I feel that she really advocates for me in ways that I hadn't sort of anticipated. So last time we met, she was saying, actually, I don't think you're giving yourself enough disposable income each month. And are you really looking after yourself financially? And make sure there's a balance between living now and planning for the future. So I feel really cared for in that sense. She spontaneously said that, and it wasn't something I'd really thought about. And I just really appreciated that. But I think fundamentally for me, it's feeling assured that my money is taken care of. I really trust Progeny, and I feel that actually, this is being taken care of. I can relax about that. It's being sorted, someone's monitoring it. I like that I feel Progeny are really proactive, so that Victoria will suggest things that I haven't thought about. It feels like a really sort of active service, really proactive service, which I like. And I think also for me, being able to get in touch when I need to. I think I'd find it quite difficult if I only had one meeting a year, or if I had to, say, pay actively every time I wanted to contact someone. I think that would feel quite prohibitive. Whereas every time I email, Victoria responds really quickly, really helpfully. I can have ad hoc meetings if I need to. And that feels really reassuring. So actually linking the two together, it's a sense of feeling secure, feeling reassured, feeling assured that if something happens, if I have a question, somebody's going to answer it in a kind of competent and empathetic way. I would absolutely recommend other people. And it's interesting, when I do, often people, certainly I recommend it to peers mostly, obviously, and often people have the same response as I did. Well, financial advisors aren't for somebody like me, why would I need one? And I think I really want to normalise this idea that it is a really valuable service, like a GP, like a dentist. It's something that everyone can benefit from. So yeah, wholeheartedly recommend.